Now the President's Opioid Commission has released their final report, in it making 56 recommendations to help the tens of thousands of addicts, their families, the communities that are suffering in the midst of this epidemic. Their boldest recommendation, nationwide drug courts to help put substance abusers into treatment rather than into prison. Joining me now is somebody I really wanted to talk to, Tim Ryan. He is a recovering addict, and he is an advisor for rehab.com. He was also the subject of the A&E documentary Dope Man. And Tim, you're a guy that I needed to talk to because you've walked the walk. You're a recovering user yourself. You went to prison. You got yourself clean behind bars. You tragically lost your son, Nick, to an overdose. You know what the grips of addiction can do to people, to communities, to families, to lives. I want to know how you react to the recommendations you see in the Opioid Commission's report. Do they go far enough for you, Tim?
No, they definitely don't go far enough, but it's absolutely a start. I think expanding drug courts is definitely necessary. We need more drug courts. But what happens, too, is people relapse in drug courts, and they're diverted to the local treatment center. We need people to be able to go out of state to longer-term treatment programs. That's why, you know, even with rehab.com, it's a transparency to where people can find the right resources. You know, if we can start streamlining this to where people can get the right treatment the first time or the second time, they're going to have a much better opportunity to turn their lives around, but we need longer-term treatment.
Yeah, I mean, we see that among the recommendations, I'm not going to read all 56 or so, don't you worry, but better tracking of prescriptions, making naloxone more available, that's the overdose treatment, expanding the availability of medication-assisted therapies. One of the things that we've heard from critics, though, is that there isn't sort of a wholesale large investment in drug addiction treatment. And that's speaking to what you were saying. It's not looking at the root of treating people and getting them the help they need.
The problem with treatment today is most treatment centers are 2 to 3 weeks. It takes you a week to detox, then you're getting clarity, then you're out of the door. You might take the drugs out of the system, but you've got underlying trauma. You have underlying mental health issues that need to be addressed. And if they're not working with the trauma therapist, maybe doing EMDR, you're setting people up for failure. I mean, my son Nicholas was in treatment 5 times. He liked treatment. He didn't know what to do when he got out, but he wasn't getting the true services for the underlying issues. You know, you talk about expanding medical-assisted treatment. We absolutely need to do that. I would rather have someone on a medical-assisted treatment, Suboxone program, not putting a needle in their arm or snorting heroin or opiates in general, and give them the opportunity to be able to get into recovery. My ultimate goal would be hope to get them into an abstinence-based program, but some people might not get there, but they need to be working with the right doctor, not abusing anything else, and having the right therapy, and choose whatever recovery path, because recovery is different for different people. Christian-based 12-step, smart recovery, refuge. But we need to meet people where they're at.
Where they are, absolutely.
And we need to, but treatment needs to be.
One of the things that breaks my heart the most is that you really believe that your son Nick would be alive if he had the right kind of treatment. Some of the things you're talking about. I know that with your group that you're working with rehab.com, there's somebody out there right now, a family member, somebody that's using themselves, that needs help and doesn't know where to start, and doesn't know the right treatment for them. What can you tell them? Talk to them right now.
I mean, you've got to do your due diligence. You can go to rehab.com. You can search by state, whether you have no insurance, Medicaid, Medicare, good insurance, and find the right resources. That's what I do. I guide and direct people into treatment based on their resources. People don't know what's available. We're totally transparent. We're the Expedia of the treatment industry. We are not owned by a treatment center. You know, I also work for a treatment center out of South Florida, Transformations Treatment Center, and I could work anywhere. But the reason I work there is I believe in the program. I see people turning their lives around. I see people in and out, and you don't have to live this way, but we've got to give people the shot to get into treatment, but then learn how to live recovery. And there's so many wraparound services that need to be implemented. We need more sober living homes. We need more peer support recovery specialists helping. You know, I commend the president, but they need people like me. People in long-term recovery guiding and directing them. Our president's never drank. He's never smoked cigarettes. The Just Say No campaign didn't work. We need real talk, and we need no.
Tim,
we need real talk and real solutions.
Tim is passionate, and that's one of the things that I love about him, and maybe we can have you back to talk more about this. Tim Ryan, thank you for the work you're doing, and you're providing hope to somebody right now. We appreciate it. The accused shooter in Tuesday's horrific New York attack is now facing